Hey guys, so we're back here today. I wasn't really sure what I wanted to talk about or discuss, but I was watching Flaw stream and we were just kind of chatting back and forth, and he got me a little bit excited about Homunculus. Now, or Homunculus, sorry, Jesus, oh my God, people are so anal about the pronunciation. So my Homunculus currently is a fire one, unawakened. I just put on some leftover runes to see how like damage multipliers might be and stuff like that. And I was like, you know what? He's already fire. I might just keep him fire, or maybe I'll do wind. But like, I've already got a ton of water AoE. I've got three. No, I've got three water AoE units that I can really use in place of the homunculus, the water homunculus. Since I mean, essentially all of them pretty much fill up the roles that the homunculus could do. But I kind of looked at the skills again. Hua and I talked it over, more or less, while he was streaming, and I think I'm going to build the water one. Now, mainly it's just because it's not to replace any of my units. I want to test it out with one of his third skills. So I just kind of wanted to go through really quickly, and I wanted to just kind of discuss the water homunculus. Now, I could go over all of the homunculus, and I don't really think that kind of video would be all that interesting if I just like read off the skills and the multipliers. I've got plenty of the multipliers over here listed from the Reddit post, and it's all there. From what I can see, the damage multipliers on the water one and I think the fire one on the AoE skill is actually pretty freaking awesome. But the wind one mainly looks like it'd be good in Rift and in Necro, depending on which one you do, because those multipliers are pretty good as well. They all seem to be like the same numbers though, like depending if it's single target or AoE, it'd be like 800% or 460%, like, or 580% and stuff like that. It all rounds out to be the same. So the main difference is between the actual skills themselves and what they do. So I'm just going to kind of break down why I'm choosing the water one for TOA speed runs, because as you guys know, I love doing TOA hard rush. This last rush I did it in about 4 hours 49 minutes, like pretty much exactly. I didn't get an exact time because I didn't start a timer, but this next rush, which I'm doing Wednesday night, which is a reset, or whenever is the reset for you guys, I'm doing TOA hard rush. Come join me. It'll probably be on twitch.tv/Reafi. I don't know if I'll do it on the YouTube page because I won't be doing it on the YouTube page because then I can't play my own music because YouTube copyright system. But yeah, it'll be over on Twitch TV. Make sure you come watch. It won't be more than 5 hours. Maybe it'll be close to 4 hours this time because I'm starting to get more familiar with my team. So the water homunculus is actually supposed to be my speed clearing solution, because a lot of different speed clearing teams, it gets the same amount of clear time, which is about 2 to 3 minutes clear time per stage, and about 3 to 4 when I get into the 90s. No healers, only cleave teams, and I'm starting to be able to cleave stuff like Leo plus 4 Ragdoll, like those types of stages. I'm actually starting to be able to cleave those, believe it or not, with the proper setup. So the first skill, which I'm actually really looking at, okay, I have to upgrade this, which I'm working on. I'm already building a team for the water one so I can farm all of these water crystals, which is kind of like, how am I going to farm? It's like 50, it's like 5,000 and something amount of crystals to upgrade them completely. And that's just absolutely nuts. So I'll probably just do one step at a time. So it's a freeze target for one turn with 15% chance. You go to this one, and it's max skilled. It's a AoE on his first skill with a 25% chance on all enemies auto attack. Now if we pull up the multipliers, it's a 380%. No, because you upgrade it. Okay, so it's actually 280%. So it does drop a little bit because it's an AoE attack, but that's not bad. An AoE on auto attack, you could probably deal around 20k damage on auto attack. That's freaking crazy. That's awesome. That's straight up awesome. Now, right there, because I didn't know the multipliers when he first came out, so I was like, yeah, I don't know if this is gonna be good. It's probably gonna be low multipliers. You know, he's gonna be all right, but 25% chance to stun. Freeze. Don't be relying on it. It's like having despair runes. It's like making a mirror on despair and bringing on his third skill and be like, oh, this is so. Or better yet, it's more like bringing out one of the magic knights on despair and be like, this is so good for Trial of Ascension. No. definitely not. But it's nice because damage multipliers are actually pretty high and it's on auto attack. So now when I deal with certain stages that are like pretty, you know, they're tanking me out and they're costing me time, this AoE attack will be able to work them down, dealing about 20k, 15 to 20k damage probably on auto attack. I'll probably run it Rage or maybe even Despair and just auto attack it and work down all of the enemies at once. It's the damage multipliers I'm really interested. It's not really the CC capabilities. It's the damage multipliers that really got me interested. And Fall was showing it on stream. Now, of course, we're going to have to pick this one, the Ice Magic Bullet, because this links out the entire bottom half of the tree. And we need that, because this right here is a skill that we're going after. So we got Icy Magic Bullet, which attacks all enemies and decreases the attack gauge by 30% each with a 50% chance. Now, of course, I'm looking at that and I'm like, yeah, you know, whatever. It's like a shittier version of Varad, or even shittier version of Poseidon. But it's a second skill, nonetheless. I'm only looking at first and third skill mainly, but the second skill is just bonus to me. So there's a multi-hit that does it, multi-hit, which is nice because it increases the chances of it occurring. So it would be a 65% chance total, and it would happen 3 times each. So just off the top of my head, it would probably be around a 75 to 80% chance to activate. Maybe around like 75%, high 70s. Just the math off the top of my head. So yeah, it would be pretty interesting to use, although it's only about a 30% attack gauge reduction, but it can stack. Now if we look at this one's actually pretty cool too. Attacks all enemies to absorb their attack bar by 30% each with a 50% chance or 65% max skilled. So this would be a single target hit. It would be like an AoE version of Galleon, but fixed chance to activate. Now of course, I don't care about absorbing the attack gauge because that's going to screw up my attack order. I don't like that. I don't want to absorb the attack gauge. What I would like would be multiple hit chance, because if you activate all of these, it'd be probably a little bit on the low side to activate all 3 hits to decrease the attack gauge. That's a 90% attack gauge reduction. It's like pretty much as good as Varad, because most of the time their attack gauges aren't going to be filled to the max. So it will be pretty much a complete AoE attack gauge reduction, kind of like Varad, although it's still a percent chance to activate, you know, yada yada yada. So that one will be what I'm going for. I mean, I'm just telling you guys that now. Now, once we get into the third skills, this is where it gets really interesting. Because in my guild chat, like, everyone's like, oh my gosh, Water Homunculus is going to replace Varad completely in TOA. Like, no, nothing can replace Varad. I'm going to get that out there. Nothing can completely replace him. He's just irreplaceable. It's like saying, oh, you can replace Zyros because this unit, it's like saying the Fire Fairy King can replace Zyros because he can decrease the cooldown by 1 turn. No, it's not how it works. But the reason I do want to maybe switch out units is because this one has higher damage multipliers. Varad on my team slows me down because his multipliers aren't strong enough. So if I can figure out a replacement for Varad that can deal more damage, maybe not have as high of CC capabilities, but more damage, then I could probably make it work. And this is where the third skill comes in. I just want to show you guys this, and this is going to be absolutely beautiful. Attacks all enemies to inflict 2 continuous damage effects for 2 turns. Kind of like Beretta. Or actually, it's more like Thrain. Okay? It's like Thrain. Continuous damage for 2 turns, 2 continuous damage effects. But here's a catch. 1 continuous damage effect is inflicted additionally for each harmful effect on the enemies with a 50% chance. Now, it's a 50% chance, of course, and that's not gonna, I mean, I guess that's pretty balanced. And to me, that's better than an AoE freeze skill with the same cooldown as Varad, because let's be honest, if I want to freeze him, I'm gonna bring Varad, okay? But what I do need is more harmful effects, because this way I can start dealing more damage with Amir. That right there is 60% more attack power for Amir, and then additionally whatever I've already put on him. So maybe if I throw in like Zyros, Water Homunculus, and then maybe Amir and other type of stuff like that, and I put on plenty of debuffs. I'd have to play around with it, but I put on plenty of harmful effects, and it starts stacking. Maybe I can get around 7 harmful effects. before Amir goes, and that's an insane number for how much damage you could do. You could probably break 100k against the enemies, because mine hits around 70k when there's 4 debuffs on TOA monsters who have more defense. So that right there to me is like a huge game changer. Now it could be a little bit risky with the 50% chance, but I think it would be pretty fun to use. Now the only concern for me is that the lack of CC. The lack of crowd control that he brings, the lack of stun, the lack of freeze, the lack of the attack age reduction, everything. This is one of those units that I feel like all the Homunculus are all there for the damage. The multipliers are there. The skills are, in my opinion, a little bit lackluster for like the second and third skills, apart from the wind one for the Necro and Rift 5 bosses. To me, the skills just seem like really Okay, it's the damage multipliers that really intrigue me. Like this one, you'd think like, oh, okay, yeah, whatever. It's just an AoE attack, yada yada. But the damage multipliers of this makes it good. That's what makes it good. So that all of these Homunculus are good for the damage multipliers. So just a little bit of an insight. If you guys are looking to build the water one for TOA, not necessarily speed clearing, I would highly suggest you use the AoE freeze if you need it. It's kind of like Tyron, but with one less cooldown. It has better damage multipliers. I would definitely go with the attacks enemies 3 times. Even if you absorb the attack age, the whole point is to make them not move, right? So if you got a better chance at making them not move, which is higher chance at higher attack bar reduction, I would take it. And then of course, bringing that AoE freeze is like the big cherry on top. On auto attack, you could throw them on revenge runes and you could just auto attack freeze. You could throw them on violent and auto attack freeze multiple times. So that's my little insight on why I'm choosing the water homunculus. Now this one, before reading it, I actually didn't think it was a 50% chance. I didn't know that, but then I read it again and it was a 50% chance. So I lost a little bit of hype for him. I was really excited about this skill, but I guess, don't knock it until you try it. So let me know what homunculus you guys are going to test out. I'm going for the water one. I know a lot of people are going for the wind one. I don't know very many people that are going for the fire one, other than for the AoE that increases according to attack speed, because, all 3 of his skills increase according to attack speed, right? So, oh wait, no, it's this one. So, yeah, speed-based skills can be pretty cool, and hopefully that you guys figure out which homunculus is the best, because I'd like to know before I do some skill reset or skill upgrading, because I'll probably have the water homunculus ready, skilled up, so that he's the water one, and I'll probably start throwing Devilmon into him after I finish Sekhmet and Zyros. I'm like halfway done with Zyros. So, alright guys, I would love to know which homunculus you guys are going to do. If you guys have any questions, or if you want me to do a full rundown of the homunculus and like what their skills do and stuff like that, I can do that as well. Just a little bit of a heads up, in case you guys don't know, I made a Reddit post with a full guide for Trial of Ascension. So I hate to say it, but I'm probably gonna stop doing individual help for TOA, like, oh, I can't beat TOA 100, beat it for me, or I need a team for this stage, and rather I can direct you to the guide that's like really long, really long and really in-depth, and it's separated, so like, oh, I'm stuck on this area or against this type of boss, like you can just go and find it. Okay, I need to find which team I can use, and which teams I can make and prepare for and stuff like that. So that way I can just throw you guys over and reference you to the guide, because I get so many questions and so many emails recently. It's absolutely nuts. Like, there's no way that I can answer everyone. It's absolutely crazy. I'm already busy enough as it is. I get home and I'm like, wow, I was gone for an hour and I got 20 more emails, 30 more emails, all of them asking me to look at their accounts, which you guys understand. It takes me like 10, 20 minutes to look through an account and then actually give you advice on it. And imagine like 20 or 30 times that amount. So absolutely no way I can do it for everyone. I appreciate the definitely appreciate the enthusiasm you guys have, though, and I actually do still plan on doing the solo account review type things where I help an individual person every week. I just don't know when I'm going to start it, how I'm going to start it, but we will be doing that. Also, Wednesday, guys, TOA reset. Come join me on twitch.tv/Reafi. I would really appreciate the support. We'll do some interesting, fun things during the stream to keep it interesting. And maybe towards the end we'll do a little bit of rewarding for you guys with like some actual account reviews on stream. So I might do that as well. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed, and I hope you guys are excited for Trial of Ascension and Homunculus as much as I am. And I hope you guys are actually happy about me pronouncing the name right this time. Alright, I will see you all later.